The final Duo Cash Cup before the FNCS Global Championship is finally over, and let's just say it did not disappoint. We got to see insane solo clutches from Mongrel, as well as just dominant performances by a bunch of the big name teams going into LAN. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We are literally 200 subs away from 64K, so if you're gonna help me reach that goal, please just subscribe and turn on notifications. Use code KDog in the Fortnite item shop, gonna support me even more. Follow me on my Twitter at KDog to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. We're going to start with EU again, so let's get straight into it. All right, so in first place, and the team that is looking absolutely insane going into LAN, Vico and Flixie, defending EU FNCS champions, got 284 points in 6 games, winning 2 of them, having an average elims of 4.8 and an average placement of 12.5. If you look at their match history, they got a 6 elimination 10, 4 elimination 4th, 10 elimination win, and then a 9 elimination win to end off the tournament. Pretty much every single time they were able to make endgame, they were able to secure a top 5 spot. And let me just say, this team is looking so good going into LAN. Being able to win the last Cash Cup into a LAN event, I've heard some people say it could be a curse, but I think it is a good sign for confidence going forwards. Now, hopefully they're able to carry this momentum into LAN now. Second place is another LAN team, and this is a team that is going to be contesting Acorn and Cold at LAN. Andalex and Sato finished in second place on 259 points, being able to win 1 of the 6 games. They had an average elims of 3.8 and an average placement of 10.5. If we look at their match history, they won the very first game, getting an 8 elimination win. Then they got a 2 elimination 10th, a couple like mid-game deaths, and then a 2 elimination 3rd and a 4 elimination 3rd to finish off the tournament. A lot of people are very curious how the fight is actually going to go off spawn between Acorn and Cold and Andalex and Sato. And I mean, based on this performance right here, if they're able to somehow get through Acorn and Cold, they are looking really good. In third place though is a team who was dominating this tournament for like half of it, and then they kind of slowed down in the last 2 games, but it is Seti and Cammy. They were beating a lot of like the washed accusations, so you could say. They were able to get 228 points in 6 games, winning 2 of them. Their match history is back-to-back wins with 7 elims and then 6 elims, and then they got a 3 elimination 12th, 1 elimination 35th, and then a 2 elimination 10th. So they had a little bit of a rough start to the tournament as well as a rough end, but you know, this is one of the most consistent LAN teams out there. Like, where most of the doubt comes from in this team is obviously getting contested, since you guys watched them get just absolutely dominated off spawn last season. But it looks like they are going to be uncontested going into LAN, and if it does stay like that, I think this is a very good pick for top 5. I want to know your guys' thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Do you guys still believe in Seti and Cammy or not? Fourth place was once again another LAN team. Reason and Vidil finished in 4th place, getting 222 points in 6 games. The very first game, I'm pretty sure Vidil got like this glitch where he actually bugged under the map, so I'm not even going to count that game for them at all. That's just like some dumb bug that they died to. Then they got a 8 elimination 9th, a 7 elimination 2nd, 5 elimination 6th, 1 elimination 15th, 3 elimination 15th. They looked very consistent today as well. This is another team that I would bet my money on to do good at LAN. 5th place was Perdage, 6th place was Panzer, 7th place was Pablo and Bevy, 8th place was Blaha and Mixon, 9th place was Andico and Robin, and then rounding out the top 10 was Gentleman Polish. We did obviously have some other very big name teams though in this tournament, like Mongrel and Mr. Savage, finishing in 12th place, getting 170 points in 6 games. This was actually one of the teams I was contesting the raft, and I did have my questions about them at first, but they still looked absolutely crazy at the raft. I'm gonna get on to like Swizzy and everything in a little bit later on in this video, but I want to give praise to Mongrel and Mr. Savage real quick, and especially Mongrel. He looks so good in today's tournament. Literally like half of their points were off of like Mongrel solo clutches. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting the whole vibe of like Stark season Mongrel now, with him landing the best POI at the raft and just going for like the best chest every single time. I thought it was super cool to get like that little nostalgia factor there. Mongrel looks so good. I honestly am super bummed that this team isn't in LAN. They are clearly proving that they are good enough to perform with the best of the best, but hopefully they're able to do well in Cash Cups for the rest of the season, because I want to see this team play more. Looking at their match history, they got a 3 elimination 9th, they died off spawn, 3 elimination 10th, died off spawn, 5 elimination 7th, 5 elimination 9th. So every single time that they were able to make endgame, they were placing top 10 with multiple eliminations. So you can really see the potential in this duo, and hopefully they do stick together for especially next year. I need to see this team play more FNCSs. Let's talk about Swizzy and Yapko though, and now this is the brand new duo, and they are still going the raft, but I mainly want to talk about not just their Cash Cup placement. They finished in 24th place, only being able to get 94 points, but just like kind of what this is showing for like coming up in the LAN event now. They were honestly, I'm not going to say getting dominated off spawn, but Mongrel and Mr. Savage definitely looked like they had the upper hand when going against them at off spawn. So I'm honestly not sure what Swizzy's going to do, if he's still going to stay at that spot or not, because we just have to be honest here. Mongrel and Mr. Savage, they're obviously really good players, but off spawn wise, I really don't think they compare still to someone like Peterbot and Pollo. So if Swizzy is not able to like beat Mongrel and Mr. Savage convincingly here, I don't really know if it's going to go good for them when they're going against a team of the caliber of Peterbot and Pollo, but I guess we'll just have to see what happens at LAN. Another LAN team that was honestly just getting dominated off spawn was Chapentini. They finished in 46th place, only getting 10 points in 6 games. Honestly, not too much to talk about there. EU was super dope though. Let's move on to NA now. For the first time this year, the World Cup champion Bugha and Aviv win the final Cash Cup on NA before the LAN event. They end up getting 332 points in 6 games, being able to win 2 of them, having an average elims of 5.3 and an average placement of 6.8. If we look at their actual match history, they got a 7 elimination 5th, 3 elimination 21st, 10 elimination win, 6 elimination win, 4 elimination 3rd, and a 2 elimination 10th. I told you guys in yesterday's video, Bugha always finds his way into the top 5 or even top 10s in Cash Cups, and for the first time since October of last year, Bugha is a Cash Cup winner again. He really needs this money, so shout out to Bugha for being able to pull off the win. Second place though is Peterbot and Pollo. Now this was honestly one of the strangest Cash Cups I have ever watched Peterbot and Pollo play. They got 283 points in 6 games, being able to win one of them. They had an average elims of 5.5 and an average placement of 11.6. But the reason why it is so strange, let me go over their match history and then kind of like break it down as well. They got a 3 elimination 14th, 9 elimination win, 7 elimination 2nd, 0 elimination 35th, 7 elimination 4th, and then a 7 elimination 14th. In the 0 elimination 35th game, Peterbot was actually like 1v2 challenging Clix and Vino in like a bloom battle, and Vino just triple headshots him when they were going for the forecast tower, and that basically just ruined their whole game from there. In the very last game, Peterbot and Pollo realized they were like 50 points behind Bugha to get the win, so they were playing specifically to try to kill Bugha, and they went all the way to his side of the map where he lands at, and Bugha basically pretty smartly ran away. He swam all the way around just so that Peterbot and Pollo couldn't kill him. If you're wondering how the Battle of Forecast went, Peterbot and Pollo basically got the forecast every single game besides like the one game I told you Vino killed him, and then in the very last game they didn't even go for it because they were trying to kill Bugha. But it's looking like on LAN they are going to have a pretty free forecast tower. They're just able to get there so much faster than Clix and Vino are. They were also shooting out Clix and Vino's launch pad, and some people are saying this is a grief, and I mean to a certain extent you could kind of say it is, but this is also the only other team that is really contesting Peterbot and Pollo for the forecast tower, so they want to make sure they are able to get this 100% of the time. Let me know if you think it is a grief or not in the comment section down below though. In third place though, finally breaking the 4th place curse, we have Clix and Vino getting 244 points in 6 games, had an average elims of 4.6, average placement of 11.3. Looking at their match history, it was a 3 elimination 10th, a 5 elimination 25th, 10 elimination 5th, 5 elimination 5th, 0 elimination 21st, and then a 5 elimination 2nd. The 0 elimination 21st game, we did see Vino kind of complain on Twitter about the no mobility thing, so it looks like Clix and Vino aren't the biggest fans of this meta so far, but they still were able to finish top 3, which is obviously a very good performance for them going into LAN. And also Clix had like 20k viewers, a 3-minute delay in 0 comms, so I mean that's motion if I've ever seen it right there. Shout out to Clix and Vino for getting top 3. 4th place was a team that I feel like we really haven't been talking that much about recently, but it is Batman, Bugha, and Rapid getting 232 points in 6 games. Looking at their match history, it's a 3 elimination 12th, 1 elimination 5th, 6 elimination 4th, and then a 3 elimination 8th to finish off the tournament. This is a team that a lot of people have really high hopes for going into the LAN event, and I think the only reason why we really haven't heard about them more is simply just because of the fact this is the only dual Cash Cup we've had all season so far. I still think this team is going to do amazing at LAN, and a top 4 proves my theory right there. 5th place was Dukes and Sphinx on 228 points. Another LAN team right there, shout out to them. 6 straight LAN teams were in the top 6. 6th place was Muzz and Epic Whale on 226 points, and then 7th place might be a little bit of a surprise to some of you guys, but it is actually Day and Ozone on 200 points. Shout out to Day for being able to get in that top 10 spot. I hope he is finally able to found a good duo in Ozone and they're able to place well in the rest of the Cash Cups. 8th place was Zeus. 9th place Trashy and Threats, another LAN team landing at the Raft, and rounding Rounding out the top 10 was TK and Chimp. A team that I have to admit was a little bit disappointing today though was Acorn and Cold. They were only able to get 122 points in 6 games, finishing in 19th place. They just really struggled all the way around the board today. As a team that a lot of people are predicting to win LAN, this isn't really the best last showing before LAN for them, but hopefully they're able to VOD review a little bit today, fix up their mistakes, and move on to LAN like this never happened. Another LAN team that really struggled today as well was Agers and Rise. They finished in 24th place, only being able to get 96 points. But other than that, I mean, both of these cash cups were absolute bangers today. We were definitely treated with the only cash cups we've had all season. The hype for LAN could not be more up right now. Remember, if you guys are new to the channel and you're excited for LAN event, please just subscribe right now and turn on notifications. Use code KDog on the Fortnite item shop if you want to support me even more, especially if you're going to be buying that FNCS pickaxe coming out next week. I know all you guys are about to become FNCS winners, so make sure you use code KDog in the item shop. Follow me on my Twitter at KDog to keep up to date with everything to do in Fortnite competitive. YouTube says you'll enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.